Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, I thought today I'd show you how to change the blade on your helicopter. Now, I already changed this one, but I'm going to actually put the original one back on. But this is the Skyline RC Toys U6 helicopter, but it really doesn't make any difference. Other than some helicopters will be a little bit different because these ones, you can see they're totally flat on each side. So when you pull the screw out, and make sure to use a screwdriver that fits the hole as perfect as it can with as little play as possible. So we undo the screw and wiggle that out of there. Now the blade comes off. Now you'll notice that there's no locking ring or anything in this particular type of a hub. So what you got to do is kind of balance this out. Get your screw in there, like that. And you just go until it stops on its own, and then you check it for free run, because these things have to run free. Okay, and we'll give that just a little snug. And that's a little too much. So just back it off a little bit, and just a little bit more. It should drop like that. Okay, the other thing that's very important to remember too, looking at top side here, is if you notice the direction of this curve, okay, your other blade has to be facing upwards the same way, but have the curve on the opposite side. Otherwise, you're not going to take off. So if you put two blades on the same direction, it's going to end up looking like this, and your helicopter is not going to fly. Okay? So it's very important to make sure you check. Now, the funny thing about a lot of these helicopters, I've been finding in my own collection, for instance, my lower blades are C and C, and these are D and D. Well, my replacement blades that came with it are A and B. Okay, so A is for the top, and then B is for my bottom. Okay, you only get one of each with the helicopter. It's not too often you get a complete set of 4 blades on one of these type of helicopters on the coaxials. Sometimes you can, sometimes you don't, but for the most part you usually only get 2 replacement blades, which is kind of dumb when you think about it. But I guess the idea is, hey, they'll order more parts. Because I've got both my D blades. My back ends are getting a little chewed, but it's not affecting the flight, so I'm not worried about even changing these right now. And I am ordering extra parts for my helicopter. I'm going to have to actually order 2 replacement part kits to get all 4 blades. So, which is no big deal. I mean, eventually I'm going to have to replace them all because I'm just starting to nick these, and I'm starting to nick them on the back. The back sides is not too big of a deal to nick them. It's the fronts you really got to worry about, because this is where your airfoil is, okay, and your airflow comes through. So you want to make sure that these edges are clean as possible. But usually when the hits happen, they're usually happening for the most part on the backs, which isn't a major thing. But eventually it is going to affect things, so you'll have to change, at least one blade until you can get some more parts kits. Now, helicopters that you can order parts for, if it's a really good helicopter, like this one is really nice. I really like it. I'm actually going to probably order like 4 parts kits and anything extras that I can get from them, because I want to keep this heli running for a long, long time. I really like this helicopter. Same with a few of my others. I'm going to order a lot of parts kits. Just because I want to get them while I can get them before they get discontinued, because everything changes all the time. But I really like the helicopter, so I want to keep it alive for a long, long time. Anyways, that's the basics on how to change this style of a blade. To change alternate styles, sometimes you'll find they'll have a larger hole, and when you take the screw out, you can't pull it out, right? So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take these 2 screws out, plus this one, and then loosen these 2 back ones on the other side. Just loosen them off a couple turns each, and that'll allow this area to separate and drop down far enough that you can go in there, and usually what I do is I take this small flat blade and I can go right in there and just kind of use it as a lever, right? And I can just pop that open and then I can pull it out. But you got to make sure all these screws on this side are out first and these are backed off, because you need to get that play in there in order to get it open far enough, because you don't want to overdo things and snap anything, or bend it out of shape. That wouldn't be cool. And when you are screwing these back in, these particular screws, you go until they stop, okay, this one, and then just a little bit of an extra little tiny snug. That's all you need. Don't over torque, or you could strip it, because this is a metal screw going into plastic, so you don't want to strip that. So like I said, go until it stops. So we'll just show you here. We'll unscrew it, and then we go until it stops on its own, and then just hold firm, like not, you don't have to squish it, but just hold everything steady, and then just a little extra, and that's it. That's all you need to do, and that'll hold together perfectly, and it won't work loose. Anyway, hope the video helped, and if you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them, and we'll see you in the next video.